Welcome once again to our continuing YouTube video series on business law and unanimous shareholders agreements. My name is Christopher Neufeld of Neufeld Legal. And in this particular YouTube video, we will be discussing who you should be working with and who should be preparing your unanimous shareholders agreements. And I know this might sound a bit self-serving, but the reality is that you should be working with knowledgeable legal counsel who understands well the concept of unanimous shareholders agreements and who is willing to understand and figure out what your business is and what your relationship is with your fellow shareholders and the roles that your shareholders are intending to play within the business. This is not in my estimation, some simple template, one-size-fits-all arrangement that needs to be thrown on the back of every corporation. Specifically, the reason why the government didn't legislate it into law. The reason it didn't is because there is no one-size-fits-all unanimous shareholders agreement. But unfortunately, and I've seen this all too often, is that unanimous shareholders agreements are just simply templated out and thrown on top of businesses and do not function effectively and do not create value to the business. You can't simply take an agreement that says this is how a business is to operate it and just shove it on top of any business, not knowing what the business is, what the business is attempting to achieve, who the shareholders are, what they have contributed, what they are expected to contribute, what the future is to look like, what they are trying to undertake. You can't do that. But that is what, as an experienced lawyer, I have seen all too frequently. You just take it, you shove it in, you charge some money, and that's the end of it. Hey, if you want to feel satisfaction because you got a great bargain with the lawyer and you got something that you can say as unanimous shareholders agreement, yeah, that's all well and good. But that is not how you should be operating your business. Yeah, it's going to cost a bit more, but doesn't necessarily need to cost more, because part of the thing is, if you've got a lawyer who's knowledgeable, understands this, and has dealt with it more than enough, they're going to be asking the right questions early on. They're going to be pulling together the stuff. And they're going to be able to take what you want, identify questions that you should answer, and then that'll be more of what you actually want and what you're willing to do, and get an agreement in place that reflects your intentions, but also helps and facilitates your business's growth. And why do I say that? Well, if you have a responsibilities matrix, if you have obligations, if you have expectations of your fellow shareholders, and people try to live up to them, you're going to get a lot more out of the business because everybody's on the same page. Commitment is there. And people know that they are bound to it. I know it might sound a bit childish, but the fact that it's on paper and there's written commitment to it, and there's obligations to it, both legal and financial, which is what you'll find in a unanimous shareholders agreement, you will get a lot more out of people. You will get that commitment. And where that commitment wavers, if they don't pull themselves together, your exit strategies are going to be more reflective of the fact that you were the one who was putting in more and they were putting in less, and they cannot extract something for which they did not earn. That is imperative in my estimation. That is what you should be looking for, and you should be doing it early on. You should be doing it the right way, and it means you need to engage knowledgeable legal counsel who wants the best out of your business for you and understands how best to get it through a unanimous shareholders agreement. Yeah, it's a simple piece of paper and it's not going to be the be-all and end-all, but it's going to go a lot way further. And as I say in other videos, it's going to give you a lot more leverage, a lot more negotiating power, and let you get a lot more out of yourself and your fellow shareholders because your expectations are that much higher. And isn't that what these businesses are? There's a lot of expectation, so you better get the most out of everybody because there's a lot of potential, a lot of profit, but there's also a lot of potential for everything to collapse upon itself if there's acrimony, there's dysfunction, there's a lack of work or a lack of work ethic. And if there's no way to push it and no way to correct it, which a unanimous shareholders agreement can be in part a benefit to, well, you're going to get what you get. So you really need the right agreement. And who's to do it? You need the right person to be drafting it for you, asking you the right questions, probing you, and then putting it together properly and getting everybody on board, signed off, move forward, and allowing you to confidently engage in your business and make the corporation profitable, because that's what the whole game is about. Well, I trust you found this YouTube video informative. Look to our other YouTube videos on business law and shareholders agreements as we try to provide perspective as to the importance of it and how to best achieve the goals that you want out of unanimous shareholders agreement. Feel free to contact ourselves, as this is one of our key areas of legal practice, and we will talk to you again soon. Thank you.